Yo! Hey guys, here with another knife that I just finished. What I got here is my first successful scandi grind knife that I made. Uh, it's not my first attempt. I've tried a couple times before. As you can see here, this is one of the first knives I ever made, and it looks kind of like a turd, but that's because, like I said, one of the very first knives I ever made. It's pretty rough looking. I was trying to make a scandi grind bushcraft type knife, and I made the grinds too acute, and it ended up not being able to hold up. It was just too fragile, and so I ended up putting a secondary bevel on there, which basically means it's basically a saber grind now. And this knife, as ugly as it is, works really well, and I use it all the time. But yeah, it's pretty fugly. But anyway, put that away. This one here I just finished, and I actually measured using an angle finder, and actually made sure I got the bevels how I wanted them. They are 14 degrees per side, so 28 total. And I haven't tried it yet. Gonna test it here in a second just to make sure this edge holds up, because I have not had good luck with scandi grind knives. They always seem to be too fragile and just kind of warp and bend or whatever whenever I've tried to use them. But anyway, this knife this is a 1095 steel, and I left kind of a rough finish on the flats. I noticed with a lot of bushcraft knives, it's just plain flats and it looks kind of boring to me. So I'm like, well, can I do something to make that look a little more visually interesting? And so what I did was I ground a fuller in there, and then I gave a really rough texture and darkened the flats. Also gave it kind of a swedge, just kind of because I think it's visually interesting. Also to make it more pokey, stabby if you needed it to be. Focus, come on. Doesn't want to focus there, come on. Anyway, it's still got a pretty thick, solid tip. This does not want to focus. But anyway, it's kind of thick still. I'm not sure I made the best choice. It's like 3/16 thick, and I guess that's pretty thick for a scandi ground bushcraft knife. So maybe I went too thick. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't used this yet. We'll find out. These handles are blue denim micarta, and that is the worst material that I've ever worked with so far making knives. It is horrible to work with. It just melts and heats up. It gummed up every saw, every drill bit, every bit of sandpaper and sanding belt I tried on it. It was terrible. But anyway, I got this pretty comfortable shape here, nice Coke bottle shape, pretty thick, thicker than what I'd normally do. Looks like I can probably, so you can see the thickness, like the first knife that I tried compared to this one here, how difference in thickness there. Like, yeah, this is pretty thin, and while that's comfortable to carry and it actually feels decent in the hand, but like I think you want something a little thicker if you're going to be whittling a bunch. Anyway, and I don't have fancy water stones, so this is the true zero ground scandi edge. There is no secondary bevel, and it's not a nice, beautiful mirror finish because I don't have fancy water stones. I just have diamond stones and a leather strop, but it's still pretty darn sharp, at least. Anyway, I'm just going to do a quick little test here. Grab something here. See if it'll baton without damaging the edge. I hope. And yes, I know everyone says batoning is stupid, but it's fun and I find it useful. So we're just gonna test that. Let me see. No edge damage that I can tell. That's good. A little carving. I'm not great at making feather sticks, so but I'd like to be, so I'll have to practice with this, like I said. I've had a couple other scandi-ish knives, like Mora, that I sharpened to a full scandi, but it just ended up being too fragile. Like I couldn't get anything to, like as soon as I started whittling with that Mora, when I put a true scandi on it, the edge just deformed like right in front of my eyes, so just didn't find it to be very useful. Let's try something else. What else we got here? It's a hot day out here too. It's like 90 degrees today. I think it's just supposed to get hotter next week. Anyway, this seems to be working pretty decent. Like I said, I'm not like a master feather sticker or anything. Try this mold one. See if I can tell the difference between these two. I need to practice using the scandi grind, I think. Also, I just want to make sure that the edge isn't going to deform. Like I said, I think I looked online and it looks like a lot of people go really, really acute with their scandi edges, like as much as like 10 degrees per side, which seems crazy to me. Like I said, this is 14. And we'll wipe it off a little bit here. Seems to have held up. I know that wasn't anything crazy or abusive, but like I said, I've tried doing similar whittling like that with a Mora knife, Mora Classic Carbon, where I'd ground out the, I'd removed the secondary bevel on the Mora, making that a scandi, and it would just not even hold up to basic whittling like that. Well, this one's held up, so, okay. Well, that's good. Cool, now I need to make a sheath with this. I'm gonna make a nice dangler sheath, I believe. Little leather bushcraft style sheath for it. Take this with me on my next camping trip and put it through some use. Anyway, that's about all I got. See you guys.